forest fires, apocalyptic rainfall, and flooding that is making parts of the United States real treacherous, seeing what they call dirty rain dropping in New York, probably all across the northern United States with these forest fires up there in Canada. A lot of, with the forest fires up there in Canada. And, it getting off into the atmosphere. It's raining and it's muddy, polluted, rain falling down on people. It's crazy out here. It's crazy out here. So you could imagine just breathing that shit. Toxic. That shit toxic. You don't know what's in the goddamn soil. You don't know what's in the soil. And then whatever poison in the air and this shit mix. And I mean, it's getting thick like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And it's off into the clouds to where the shit raining, dirty rain. This is some end time shit. A lot of people could get sick behind this shit. You got heat waves. You got fucking heat waves. Then it rained on your black ass. And it's dirty rain. Soon as it stops, you got to deal with the flood. Hopefully your goddamn house don't flood. Got to deal with dirt. You don't know what's in the flood water. All kind of poison and shit. The sewers is overflowing. And whatever poison down there is in the flood water. They saying a lot of flooding is going, happening down in Texas, all over the place, flash floods. And people's is fucked up. They fucked up. Imagine, you being, and then you gotta think, I don't know, but you gotta think Black Power. You gotta think, in New York, you got you got a lot of motherfuckers that stay down. If you come, when you in New York, you got motherfuckers that walk down to their door. They got a sub apartment. You know what I'm saying? That, beneath the structure and shit. So you walk. So imagine that shit flooding. You know what I'm saying? Imagine your shit flooding and shit. That's crazy. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And people didn't anticipate that because they wasn't in alignment with the astronomical cycle that's coming. If you ain't never been through the cycle, you wouldn't know it no goddamn way. But yeah, well, I already know. I remember that last time because I had come there for a lecture. And I believe I was over there in Brooklyn. Was I in Brooklyn? I believe I was. It was that last, this was about this is about 10 years back. And it fucked up whole areas. Washed shit away. I couldn't believe it. I was there. It was deaths and shit and everything. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucking flood did a number on New York. You know what I'm saying? And you wouldn't think of New York as being somewhere that got floods, but them motherfuckers get crazy floods. I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? And people was telling me whole areas. Ask me the question. If as long as it ain't no crazy question. But anyway, apocalyptic rainfall. this is a hell of a year. Yeah, yeah, it is a coastal city. When you realize it is, you know what I'm saying, right off the ocean. But you so busy looking at all them goddamn buildings and shit, you don't really realize that, you know, especially if you're in the interior. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you know, but yeah, it is a coastal city, but man, look here. This could very well be the beginning of a whole new cycle, way of life. You feel what I'm saying? Could be just the beginning. Next year, you know, could be worse. We got to be prepared for that, you know. You got to be prepared for that. You can't, yeah. Yeah, a lot of basement apartments. I done been in them, you know what I'm saying? And I could imagine, like, goddamn, all your shit fucked up. All your shit fucked up, man. About that you know, them basement apartments, all your shit fucked up. God damn, you know, that's probably like a 100% loss. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, you know, that shit, they're gonna have to figure something out. But you can't beat Mother Nature. Where did you send the links to? Where did you send the links to? My email? Thank you, family. Yeah. Yeah, well, they all, every goddamn movie, they always show New York going down. They don't give a fuck, you know what I'm saying? 20, what was it? 20, what was that movie? 20, I forget it, 2030, 2010, some shit. Where the motherfucker, New York, it flooded, then it froze. I said, God damn, you know, it flooded, then it froze. Yeah. 2012, yeah. 2012. They know something, and everybody had, them motherfuckers had to go to Africa. They had to go south. That was for damn sure. generalseti at Yahoo. generalseti at Yahoo. I don't know if I didn't see no links, but I'll check. But anyway, family, I don't know if this weather could get any worse. I don't know if it do. I don't know what to expect. I mean, you seeing fucking tornadoes. I mean, just they ain't leaving shit. I couldn't imagine being in some of that shit, man. You know, a motherfucking tornado come through, decimate the whole town, everything off the foundation. You got you got earthquakes, major earthquakes, thousands of people is dying in the earthquake, floods everywhere on both. You had the floods in Ghana, now you got floods, flash floods all over the United States. The fucking sky is turning red and orange. Well, hey, if it's going, if the world gonna look better than what it look now, then let it, you know, it might have to be what it's gonna be, family. Yeah, hey, you know, but at the end of the day, we've been here a million years. We have always survived, you know what I'm saying? And just having the respect of the cosmos, having respect of Mother Nature. You know what I'm saying? That's key. When you think, you know, a lot of the coastal cities, we love the coastline. People want to be able to look out their window. They want to be able to, you know, You know, I guess that's the exquisite life, you know, of the rich and famous. You know, they want to be able to look out them windows, them sky, and see the water, but there's a price. You know, there's a price. You know, it's a fucking price. Tsunamis, floods, and all that shit. Hella fire, storms, hurricanes, all that shit. You know, and I mean, I heard, man, I remember one time, man, we was in a hurricane warning. Man, I woke up in the middle of the night and that motherfucking wind was howling. Man, it was pulling on the motherfucking house. I looked out and all the trees, man, them motherfuckers was like, them motherfuckers was moving. I say, oh my God. Thank you, family. Yeah. Hey, it's apocalyptic times out there, man. Y'all just stay strong, man. Stay to the wisdom and knowledge more so than ever before. You know, tap out of the world. You know, tap into the cosmos. You feel what I'm saying? Everything gonna be all right. You feel what I'm saying? If you stay too tapped into you know what you seeing out here, it could give you the effect of shit is dismal and shit. You don't want that. That's why you had to tap out. You had to get in your listen to your music. You know what I'm saying? Get into some of that knowledge. Get into that wisdom and shit. Tap out of that shit. Don't plug into that shit too much. It's poison. Just enough that you see what's going on. And once you see what come out of that shit, it's poison. You know, it's poison. But anyway, I appreciate y'all, family. Keep you some weather on your phone. You know what's going on. Be aware. You know, many of these areas is having flash floods. You want to be on top of that shit because it could come out of like no motherfucking way. And you don't want to get caught up in none of that shit. You feel what I'm saying? Just be alert. And if you got to pack your motherfucking shit up and take a trip inland, get going. You know what I'm saying? Don't waste no time. Don't get caught up in that traffic or whatever you got to do. Stay safe. I'll see y'all in a minute. Click that Patreon link down there. Tap into the general Too Raw for YouTube, you know, catalog on Patreon. 600 live stream videos. Check me out, and I'll see you real soon. Black Pop.